Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, graded stakes action at Delaware Park on Saturday. We'll take a look at race number 6. This is the Grade 3 Kent for 3-year-olds going a mile and an eighth. It's a nice card at Delaware on Saturday. You can get involved with a new DRF Bets account. Here are all the details on sign up and all the benefits you get from signing up with a DRF Bets account. Let's meet the field for the Grade 3 Kent. I think this is a pretty competitive group, Mike. Let's take a look at the coupled entry to begin things. The number 1, He's No Lemon. The 1A, Shooting the Breeze. He's No Lemon really improved his buyer last time out when stretched out to a mile and 3/8. I mean, that was a race where there was just a wickedly fast pace and a runoff pace setter. He's No Lemon, I thought, might have moved a little bit early to get into contention on the turn, but he did take over the lead turning into the stretch, and it took a rail-skimming favorite to run him down and beat him at the wire. All in all, a really nice effort.
He ran well in that race. I mean, it does sort of feel like the added distance has made a difference for this horse since they stretched him out. But listen, he's been squaring off against some really good older horses in his recent races. He's back in with 3-year-olds here, turning back. There's a lot to like about this horse.
His couple stablemate Shooting the Breeze. You know, I'm a fan of this horse, and I just think he hasn't really gotten setups. And some trips haven't worked out for him as well. And I think he's just going to be that kind of horse where maybe he just needs everything to go his way in order to win. In the Murphy 2 starts back, he kind of got sideswiped coming out of the gate, and there was no pace for him to run at. He ran okay behind the good trip winner English B and Real News, who had everything his own way on the lead. And last time out, that was a pretty salty optional claimer in New York. And again, didn't think there was a lot of pace in that short field. He swung wide turning into the stretch, and he was trying hard to get second. Maybe this isn't the spot, but there's something for this horse down the road.
I think you're right. I think it feels like he's slowly getting there. It might take him another race or two, but he's slowly getting there. And I'll tell you something else. I'm not worried about the mile and eighth for this horse. I think it could actually help him as he gets a little more distance to work with here.
2 ways to look at the number 2, Empire of War, Mike. One is that this stakes-winning 2-year-old hasn't gotten much faster in 2 starts as a 3-year-old, and that's a little worrisome. 2, he's got excuses for both of his races this year. Won the Woodhaven off the layoff over a yielding turf course that he may not have loved at Aqueduct. And last time out, he was close to a pace in a race where the pace just collapsed.
Yeah, I did. We'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to see what he does there because I liked his 2 turf races as a 2-year-old, and I don't really like his 2 races so far this year. But as you laid out, he has some excuses that you might want to be a little forgiving of him. And I do think he's another one. The mile and eighth could be okay for this horse. I'm not way against him, but I wouldn't take a short price on him.
Let's talk about the 5, Share the Blame, who's getting back to turf. Stakes placed in an off-the-turf race last time out at Gulfstream Park. His races on turf just fail to excite me. I think he's going to have to really run his best.
Yeah, this is a tough spot for him. I know he ran a new top figure last time, but that was on dirt. His turf races don't make him that competitive in here.
Graham Motion has the coupled entry, but he also has the upwardly mobile number 8, Solidify, who made his first start of the year in that Tail of the Cat. He ran 3rd. I thought he had the race flow, but it's certainly a horse and a race that he could build off of. He showed some quality as a 2-year-old in Canada.
Yeah, I'm using this horse second off the layoff. I don't love that race. He's coming out of the Tail of the Cat, but, it was just a starting off point for him. He was running at the end. I'm going to use this horse in here. He was a good 2-year-old, this horse.
Formulator fact for the 6, Surf and Turf, and a very surprising one for trainer John Service. Over the past 4 years, Mike, dirt to turf, the Service barn is 5 for 114. That's 4% winners and a 52-cent ROI for a guy that's whacking out 16% in 2019. Surf and Turf certainly has the pedigree on top. He is a kitten's joy. He is supposed to appreciate the turf. But I see the dam's unraced on the grass. She sold 1 runner on the turf that didn't win. If you go way back in the pedigree, there's some turf.
Yeah.
But couple the fact that there's not enough turf for me and this formulator fact, and I'm against.
Yeah, I agree with all that. You have to go way back in the pedigree to find the good turf horses. I thought this horse looked good winning last time, but, I don't know what that says as he steps up into a way tougher spot first time turf.
Can't knock Eons going out for Trevor McCarthy and Arnaud Delacour. This horse has won 3 races in a row. He won the local prep for this race, the Stanton last time out. This is a horse that can adapt to the pace. If it's slow, he can stay close. If it's fast, he can lay off. He's going to run every time. See those buyers, though, starting to decline a little bit. He's going to have to run a little faster in this race.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, I respect him. He's run well in his last 3 races. I just wonder if he's not just facing some much better horses this time. Listen, I take nothing away from this horse, but I didn't really want him in.
Let's take a look at our top selections for the Grade 3 Kent. Mike, you like the 3 award winner in here. Looks like he's going the right way for Brian Lynch. I love this pedigree, especially for turf, and it's no surprise that he's really moved forward on the lawn. He was pretty much 3 wide around both turns last time out at Churchill Downs, and once he got to the lead, he was not losing. The third place horse came back to earn an 85 buyer in his next start.
Yeah, I thought he ran maybe better than it looks last time, if you want to say that. I mean, this gave him that 3 wide track and trip. Leparoux rode him like he knew he was going to win, and he did win. Go back to his turf debut with Keeman. He had an even tougher trip from post 12. I mean, 4 wide around the track. He gave DeMarchelier a real fight in the stretch of that race. I mean, that race suggests that he's got plenty of quality to beat a field like this one.
I want to take a chance at a price in this race, Mike. The number 4 is Critical Data. This is a horse that's battle tested, ran 10 times as a 2-year-old in Europe, came off the layoff at Laurel, and boy, he faced some salty older horses as a 3-year-old coming off the bench. Ghost Hunter, the winner of that race, is a 9-year-old with 21 lifetime wins. The 5th place horse is an older horse that came back to win an optional claimer at Monmouth with an 86 buyer speed figure. This horse was trying hard all the way down to the wire. I think it was a solid performance for him. I think he can improve second off the layoff, and I know he's going to be a price. He just needs some pace up front.
I agree with all that stuff. I mean, he was right there with Ghost Hunter from the top of the stretch to the wire last time. And Ghost Hunter, a really, really nice horse. That race, as he gets back in with 3-year-olds now, that race suggests that he could go with these horses too. And I'm not worried about distance for this horse.
But it's really all about pace. Timeform US has award winner and Empire of War out there, perhaps with Eons if the pace is slow. I'd like this horse at a nice price. I like your horse as well. I'm going 4, the entry, and 3. You like award winner. You're getting 6-1 on the line. Who else would you use?
Yeah, I went 3, 4, 8, and 1. I just feel like they're probably the right horses in here. Again, I'm not way against Pletcher's horse, but I just don't want a short price on him.
Fair point to be sure. The Grade 3 Kent, one of several stakes races at Delaware on Saturday. It's race 6. It has an approximate post of 4:03 Eastern. Good luck.